talking about? What are you talking about? Hey, yo.
So I was recently watching a video that was put together by the hate group and the religious cult group called the ICGJC. They are attacking the ex-members that are providing proof and evidence of their cult leader being a conniving, sneaky crook, a charlatan, a hoax, a P.T. Barnum. Their response to Tazadakia's failed prophecy of Haradapia getting his sight back and that he would be running and teaching the truth. Their breakdown of that, which is funny that I already covered this misinterpretation in a video called Disconfirmed Expectancy, where it tells you that people will continue believing a prophecy even when the prophecy is a failed prophecy. It's disconfirmed. You expected something to happen and it was disconfirmed. The way that people interpret these things to actually confirm their belief is to interpret it in a spiritual way. So it didn't happen in real life, but it happened in the spirit world where you can't see it and you don't have proof for yourself. It's just something that's just being told and you have to take it on faith. It's a faith-based belief.
One of the more popular forms of rationalization is spiritualization, where the event is said to have happened in the spiritual level and not in the physical. And I've heard this many times in the church. I know that sounds familiar.
One question. I know you're going to lie. Do you or do you not remember the Holy God sent comforter, letting it be known that Haradapia is going to heaven?
Yeah. And that he's walking now. He's running now.
He
can see now. He couldn't see before, but he can see now. He's running now. Prophecy fulfilled.
I just need to know, man. I need to know. Like, what are you talking about?
What alternate reality are you in where this makes sense to you? How is this a sufficient interpretation of a prophecy? First of all, the word prophecy, let's call it what it is, and it's supposed to be rightly labeled a prediction. A prophecy is a prediction. A prediction should be more precise, so it can't be used vaguely, where you can interpret any event to fit your prophecy. It should be more specific. It should have a time, a date, specific people, specific places. This cult leader's prophecy had none of that. And how do I know? Because I was there. Tazadakia prophesied this twice. The brother Haradapia, who was sick, lost his eyesight, and couldn't walk, Tazadakia prophesied that he would regain his eyesight and walk and teach the truth all over the place, all over the world. So the cult member's interpretation of this is that he's doing this now in the spirit world. It didn't happen the way that Tazadakia prophesied. So let me get this straight. Was the prophecy originally that Haradapia was going to die? What kind of prophecy is this? The man is sick, and you're saying the prophecy was that Haradapia was going to die, that he was going to be able to see, walk, and teach after he died? What kind of prophecy is this? This is a way for these cult members to rationalize. Now they don't have to think about how the prophecy conflicts with their belief, because every belief that you have is connected to another belief. If you believe that this is a place where God commands you to be in, this cult that you call a church, then you're going to have to rationalize how this prophecy is not a failed prophecy, and this is their way of interpreting it as a confirmed prophecy, as if it wasn't a failed prophecy, so they can go about their lives as a happy little cult member.
You guys are sneaky as hell, and you keep feeding me with ammo. These are good exercises for people to see what not to do, what not to say, how not to debate. You might be tricked as a cult follower. You might be easily swayed because you have already come to conclusions, and then you try to make sense of the conclusion that you came to. If you remember, one of the funds that was being collected was the dollar drive. The dollar drive was supposed to be for the building from the ground up, which was supposed to be 5 New York City blocks. And this was collected for years. I think it's been 10 years, over 10 years now, that the dollar drive has been collected. Now, that prophecy is another failed prophecy because if you guys are going to Israel, then the prophecy of the temple being built on this side of Babylon is a disconfirmed prophecy. It is a failed prophecy. So that's...
I just need to know, man. I need to know. Like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Talking about?